Okay, so yes, if you've got your strap, that's great on its biggest setting, and then coming to start in seated. So just taking a little moment just to find that seated position, maybe with the heels sort of not overlapping so that they're not digging into one another. And allowing those knees to come down towards the floor so that you can find that steady base. That's what we're looking for. So that's why we have something under our sit bones. Sometimes some people can sit just on the floor and have that steady base, but often we need to have something just to raise our buttocks so that we can sit with some stillness, but also with some dignity. It helps our spine reach tall. So have a little riddle and a little fidget if you'd like to. And then just taking a little moment to arrive. So we'll take 3 big inhales through the nose. And then a sigh, open mouth exhale. So do this in your own time. And with each breath, just invite yourself, welcome yourself onto your mat. And now closing the mouth and breathing in and out through your nose. Noticing the contact with the sit bones on the floor. And the body sitting up tall. So see if you can find a little space in between each of the vertebrae just to sit up a little bit taller. Allow the shoulders to relax and come away from the ears. And allow all those muscles in your face just to soften. Jaw to relax. And just notice if there's any tension in your body right now. So maybe noticing the hands, the feet. Checking in with how you're feeling right now. And if there is any tension, just breathing in, giving that area some space. And as you exhale, soften around any tension that's here. Now blinking the eyes open. Just start by stretching out the neck. So if you haven't pressed play on any music and you'd like some music, then please feel free to do so now. And we'll just begin by just stretching out the neck. So taking the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Just moving the chin to find that stretch. Maybe noticing as you turn the head slightly, there's a stretch by the ear. Can often get a lot of tension in this area, so just slowly moving and noticing. And as you inhale, bring the head back up to center, and we'll do the same on the other side. So not overstretching, but just being curious to find that stretch. And inhale, bring the head back up, and now bring that chin down towards the chest. And feel the shoulder blades coming down the back, finding some space in the back of the neck. And all the time, Trying to keep that steady breath. Perhaps elongating that out breath. And inhale, coming up. Good. We're going to come into all fours now. So moving a block or a cushion and coming into all fours. So in this evening's practice, we're going to have a little bit of movement in the first half of the practice and then come into some deeper stretches for the second half before we come into Shavasana. So just here, just rolling over the hands, working into the wrists, working into the fingers. Maybe seeing how far forward you can take your weight to stretch out the wrists. And just noticing how the muscles in the arms begin to work as to hold your weight and push you up. Seeing what your body needs. So maybe swinging the hips out from side to side. Good. And then coming back into that tabletop position, lining up the wrists and the knees. And we'll do some cat-cows here. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone and lift that chest. Look up. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone under, lift the navel to the sky, chin to chest. Good. Inhale, really see how much movement you can get in your spine this evening. So really take those sit bones high to the sky. And exhale, tuck, push the floor away from you. One more, inhale. And exhale. Good. And coming back to that neutral position for the spine. So keeping your hips above your knees, just slowly begin to walk your hands away from you as we come into puppy pose. So walk the hands towards the top of the mat and then slowly bring the chest down towards the floor. So you might want to bring the head down onto a block. And just try and work that chest down towards the floor. It's quite nice to be able to support your head so that you can focus on just opening up those shoulders. Maybe your forehead comes down to the floor. And really trying to connect with your breath during this practice this evening. Great, well done. And then inhale, walk the hands back up. And we'll come to find a child's pose. So slowly sinking the bottom back towards the heels, relaxing the arms, relaxing the forehead down to the floor or onto a block. And there's option in child's pose to keep your hands out in front or to bring them alongside your feet behind you at the sides. Finding that steady breath. So maybe if the mind wanders from time to time, just noting where it goes to and bring it back to this practice, this breath, the movement. Good. And as we inhale, we're going to come up now to just a slow downward dog with bent knees. So tuck the toes, take the hips back towards the heels, and just find a gentle downward dog. Spreading the fingers wide, pushing the base of that middle finger into the floor and having 50% of the weight in your hands, 50% in your feet. So bend the knees and take those sit bones a little bit higher, lengthen out the spine. And exhale, take the heels down towards the floor. Heels are ever so slightly turned out. Good. Take a big inhale through the nose. And an open mouth exhale here. Just to release. Good. And now walking the hands towards the feet. So coming in some small steps, keeping the knees bent if you need to, and then come to the top of the mat, and we're just going to hang over here. So take hold of opposite elbows and just release, really relax the head here. So relax the jaw. Have a bend in the knees so the chest is on the thighs. Good. And as we inhale, we're going to roll all the way up to standing. So tuck that chin in. Last thing to open up is the head, shoulder blades down. So we're going to actually do a sun salutation, but really slowly now. So part of make this quite a mindful movement. So really being in tune with your breath. I want to get some movement into the body before we come into our slower poses. So bring the big toes together, heels an inch apart, and really connect with the floor now. So really feel your weight sinking down into the earth. Soles of the feet in contact with the mat. Maybe closing the eyes, zipping up through the quads, through the tummy. And just making sure the chest isn't flaring out here, that the ribs are sort of neutral. Shoulders down and back away from your ears. And then we're going to inhale, lift the hands up, look to the thumbs. And exhale, really slowly fold forward from the hips. This really slowly. Bend the knees as you can feel the stretch in the hamstrings. Take the fingertips either side. So maybe you're hanging down and holding onto the shins. Maybe your fingertips touch the floor. Relax the head. Take a few breaths. Good. As you inhale, lift the head and chest up and bring the hands onto the shins or onto the knees. So really find some length in the spine here. Push the bottom away from you. Push the bottom out and allow the crown of the head to really reach forwards. Feeling a stretch in the back of the legs. Good. Exhale, take the hands either side. Bend the knees a lot and take a big step back to the back of the mat. Lower the knees and then really slowly lower yourself down. Good. And then we'll take an inhale, push the hands into the mat, bring the shoulder blades back and take your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale and exhale here. Good. Inhale and exhale, release down. Good. Tuck the toes under, come back onto the knees and push back up to a downward facing dog. Good. So it's just a very slow sun salutation, just getting some movement into the body. Perhaps bending the knees, taking the sit bones a bit higher. Okay, so from here we're going to take the right foot forward to replace the right thumb. And we can either come into a low lunge here. So drop the left knee and tuck the toes. Inhale to a low lunge. Or if you're feeling a bit more energetic, tuck the back toes and lift up into a high lunge. Keep the core strong. And then as we inhale, cactus out the arms. So bring the arms wide. Good. Really breathe into the chest. And then as you exhale, take the hands down either side. We'll take that right foot back and find that downward facing dog. Great. Steady the breath. Okay, left side this time. So take the left foot to replace the left thumb. Maybe dropping that right knee, untucking the toes. Inhale into a low lunge here. So feeling that stretch in the front of the right hip. An option if you'd like to tuck the toes. Come up into a high lunge. And then as you inhale, really cactus out the arms. Breathe in to lift the heart, the chest up towards the sky. And as you exhale, come down. Bring the hands down, touch the toes, and find a downward facing dog. So really moving mindfully through these movements, connecting the breath with the movements of the body. Good. And now walking the feet back up towards the hands, taking the feet on the outside edges of the hands now, on the sides of the mat, coming into yogi squat. So dropping the buttocks down, maybe coming to sit on a block, maybe coming into a yogi squat. So taking the backs of the arms to stretch open the knees. Looking down through those middle fingers. So if you're up on your heels, this is fine, or you want to sit on the block, maybe you're even here, and this is fine too. Just working with your body. Good. And now slowly taking your bottom down towards the floor. So maybe reach the hands out in front of you so that you can come down. We're going to come into our butterfly pose. So bring the soles of the feet together. So positioning the feet where you feel comfortable to be able to lean forward. So if you've got your pillows, you might want to have those handy here so that you can feel supported. So also remember that you can put blocks underneath your knees here, or cushions to support the knees. So we'll be holding this pose for a little bit longer. It's the first of our yin postures this evening. So setting yourself up, take a little moment just to settle yourself into butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, knees coming down towards the floor. Inhale, find some length in the spine, and then exhale, release forward. Try and have the head supported. So allow that forehead to be supported on a cushion or a block. And just allow yourself to release here. Release those legs, hips. Notice that breath. And find a steady rhythm to your breathing. And let all the thoughts and images that arise in your mind just be here. See if you can be a silent observer to what goes on in your mind. You may want to imagine yourself sitting by the side of a river and just watching the stream of thoughts, images, just flow by. Seeing if you can find a little bit more space now in the groin area as you open up the hips. Good, and then take an inhale. Begin to lift the head up. Slowly come up. Perhaps taking the cushions off to one side. We're just going to come to lying down now, just to counterpose that. So as we come into these longer holds, important just to take a moment. So roll slowly down onto your back and just allow your body just to be fully relaxed. So let the legs fall away from one another. Let the arms settle out to the side. Close the eyes. And just notice how your body's feeling. Be curious about any sensations here. Let your body just melt into the mat. Good. And then blinking the eyes open. Take a big inhale. We're going to come in to stretch the hamstrings now. So this is where if you've got your strap, you might want to get your strap, or we're going to hold on to this onto the back of the leg. So first of all, bring both legs together out in front of you so you're lying down, but the legs are together, outstretched. Then bend the right knee. And take now the strap behind your head. I find this a really good stretch for the hamstring, but also a real release of the neck. So if you've got a strap, take the strap behind your head so it comes sort of just at the top of your ears, just maybe on the very top of your ears. Okay. And then take the other end of the strap around the ball of your foot. Okay. And then stretch out the right leg. So if you don't have a strap, just holding on to the back of your leg. So allow now the foot to take the weight of the head. Allow yourself just to relax. It takes a little while maybe because it feels a bit strange to start with, but trust the strap to support your head. Have it set up so it's on the back, and just watch that the buckle isn't near your head or your foot, and just allow yourself just to relax here. If you haven't got a strap, then hold on to the back of the leg and just stretch that foot up towards the sky. So let me show you that too. So you take the hands behind the back of the leg and just stretch the foot up. Maybe working your hand up to the calf to feel the hamstring. If you're holding on to the leg with your hands, relax the neck down to the floor. Good. If you're holding that strap, then just being curious about what that feels like. Really let go so the neck can feel that stretch and supported. Good. And if you're holding your hand on your shin, maybe see if you can find a bit of a deeper stretch. So bringing that leg closer to you. You can explore with pointing on flexing the foot. Really feeling that stretch in the back of the hamstring. Good. And so wherever you are now, releasing down, we're going to change legs to the other side. So bringing that right leg down to the floor, bending the left knee. If you've got your strap, setting up with the strap underneath your head, around the ball of the foot. And just relax, sort of trust your foot to support your head here. So if you've got that strap position, take the hands out to the side. And equally, if you don't have a strap, seeing if you can find a deeper stretch in your hamstring by holding on to the back of the leg. Both are working on our hamstring stretch. Good. And working your hands up the back of the calf if you're holding on to your leg. Maybe closing the eyes, noticing the stretch. If you've got the strap, you might want to shorten the strap to deepen the stretch. And then wherever you are, releasing that leg, foot down to the floor, and just coming to lie down in that relaxed position once more. Just noticing how the body feels here. Noticing where the mind is. Being aware of impatience or thoughts that arise. Just seeing if you can label them, note them. And always return to your breathing. Okay, as we inhale, we're going to make our way up to seated now to find our dragonfly posture. So this is a straddle position with the legs. So you've got a few options. Coming into a straddle position here, any discomfort in your knees, then you might want to roll a blanket underneath the knees. But we're looking to stretch the inner thigh. So this is dragonfly. You can put blankets in front of you. You can even put, if you do this, you can get a chair and you can put your head on the chair. So quite a nice stretch here if you've got anything nearby, or you can get all manner of cushions and set yourself up. Okay, could come into frog pose. It's the same stretch. So frog pose is with the knees wide, finding that inner groin stretch. Or if you've got a wall nearby, you can come into a stretch on the wall. So this is where the spine is flat and you allow the legs to fall away from one another. So choosing what you feel you'd like to do, but know that there's 3 options there. But all 3 work on the same target area for these poses. So just setting yourself up how you would like to. We're going to stay here for 3 minutes. So if the legs are up the wall, taking them wide, really try and get the bottom as close to the wall as you can. And when you get settled, allow the eyes to close. Connect with the breath and then explore that target area of the inner thighs, really stretching. And let go of any tension in the body. Try and soften and release. So maybe there's some tension in your shoulders. Just make sure the position of your arms allows your shoulders to relax. If you're coming into a frog pose, then making sure your head is supported. Focusing on that target area of the inner thighs. And just recognizing as we come towards the evening how important it is to find stillness. In the morning, we're looking to energize and connect, find courage and self-confidence. And all throughout our day, try to find ways to remind you to stay connected. Connected to what's important to you. So maybe that's returning to your breath, just to check in with your intentions for your day. Towards the end of the day, we're finding some quiet, some stillness. There's no need to create this. It's already here within our body. So just coming home to the body to find that stillness. And now we'll gently blink the eyes open and slowly make your way up. Back up to a seated posture from wherever you are. And perhaps bringing the cushions to or your blocks towards the front of your mat. So we're going to come into deer pose now. So setting deer pose up, begin by sitting on your mat in a butterfly pose. And then leave the left leg where it is. We're going to take the right leg behind at a 90-degree angle. So we've gone from butterfly, then taking the right leg behind you so that the leg's coming out at a 90-degree angle. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold forwards here onto some cushions. And we're looking to find a stretch in our buttock, the left buttock and the outer thigh. So the main thing to be careful of here is not to have any discomfort in your knees. So you might want to move your foot, the front foot, so that the knee doesn't feel twisted. And then inhale, find some length, and then exhale, coming down onto some pillows to support your head. Now you can turn your head to the side if you like. See if you can find that stretch in that left buttock. So once you've been settled for a while, you might also want to remove one of the pillows if you had them both and come down into a deeper stretch. And again, closing the eyes, allowing all the muscles in the tummy to soften, relaxing the hips, taking that time just to find stillness here. Good, and then we'll inhale, slowly come up. And then bring the feet back together. So the soles of the feet together in butterfly. And this time take the left knee at a 90-degree angle. And reposition that right leg so that you can comfortably fold forwards. So keep both hips facing forwards. Inhale, find some length, and then exhale, fold down. Target area is the right buttock and the outside edge of the right thigh. This is a really restorative posture. Notice if there's any tension in your left leg. Just see if you can release. Noticing the rhythm of your breath. Allowing the muscles of your face to all soften. This is a good posture to do before going to bed. And then when you're ready, inhale, walk your hands back up. Remove the cushion. And we'll come to line our backs for a twist. So we'll end here with a twist pose. So lower yourself down slowly. Now, option to take the hands out to the side, bring the knees in and drop the knees to one side. Or you might want to take one leg over the others, across your legs. So you're taking your left leg over your right leg and then bring it down to the floor, or even to interlace them for like a twisted roots. So bringing the knees down, looking over the opposite shoulder, feeling that twist. So really being curious about the shape of your spine in this twist. All the organs in the abdominals are twisted. If there's any discomfort, you can place a pillow between your knees here. Allow that left shoulder to relax. And then inhale, uncross the legs if they've been crossed. Hug the knees in for a moment. Massage the lower back. And then crossing the legs the other way. So maybe taking the right leg over the left leg, maybe finding your twist so you can tuck the right toes under the left shin and then twist to the left side. And find that twist here. So close the eyes. Take the right shoulder down towards the floor. Allow the weight of your knees and your legs to really bring you into this stretch. But always the modification here is to put a cushion between your knees. Maybe looking out towards that right hand. Good, and then as you inhale, slowly making your way back so the knees come back up, untwist, and then hug them in. And just seeing what you need now. So maybe a little rock from side to side, maybe a happy baby holding on to both feet, stretching into those hips. And really taking the base of the spine towards the floor. And now in your own time, bringing your feet down towards the floor and setting yourself up for Shavasana here. So just perhaps taking a blanket, tucking your toes in, getting yourself comfortable, maybe putting on a jumper or socks, just so you can feel settled. And as you settle yourself in, take a little moment just to riddle. Find that contact with the mat in as many places as you can. Maybe having the hands out to the sides with the palms face up, or placing the hands on the tummy, whichever's most comfortable for you right now. And closing the eyes and really inviting stillness in. Allowing all of the body to be still. So the only movement here is the movement of breath as it enters and leaves your body. Bringing all of your awareness now to notice how your body moves as you breathe. Allowing your breath to be natural, so we're not trying to change anything. You're exactly where you need to be. And just bringing your attention just to notice your feet. Noticing any internal sensations and maybe external contact, temperature of the air, contact with blankets or clothing. Moving your awareness now to notice the ankles, backs of the legs, all the way up through the thighs, the bottom in contact with the floor. Perhaps being aware of the belly moving as you breathe. Bringing that awareness up through the chest, up the spine to the shoulders. Being curious about the arms. So bringing your attention down both arms, all the way down to the hands. And allowing the fingers to just be still, maybe curled in. Now letting that awareness drift up through to the neck and the back of the head. Noticing the back of the head in contact with the mat. Now bringing all of your awareness to your face, so allowing all of the muscles of your face to soften. The jaw to part, tongue to relax. Inviting you to bring your attention now to the middle of your forehead. Seeing if you can really tune into a focal point in your forehead. Allowing the forehead to really relax. Keeping your attention here for a few moments. Breathing in, inviting sort of lightness and openness into the forehead. Finding space. Now inviting you to bring both of your hands onto your heart. And breathing in, bringing in some warmth and kindness to yourself. So maybe noticing the warmth from your hands. And as you breathe out, sending that warmth and love to everybody around you. People that you know, people that you care for, maybe people that you've just had contact with today. So breathing in, inviting love and kindness towards yourself. And breathing out, sending that love to everybody. Now we're taking the hands down either side. Breathing in and maybe finding some gentle movements in the fingers and the toes. And as you inhale, maybe reaching the hands up above your head. Hugging the knees in one at a time and giving yourself a big hug. And in your own time, making your way over into a fetal position on your side. So just rolling over, using your hands to support your head. And just taking a few moments here, noticing how you feel, knowing that you are enough, just as you are. And then slowly making your way up to a seated position. And inviting you to bring the hands to your heart center. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, blinking the eyes open. Thank you very, very much. I hope you have a relaxing rest of your evening. Thank you, guys. Feel free to unmute yourselves or just to leave. It's fine. Thank you.